How has suffrage changed modern political systems? Imagine a society where only a few people decide how things are run. Now picture everyone having a say. That shift from a small group to the many has changed politics forever. In the early days, voting was limited to property-owning men, which meant only a tiny part of society had power. Women, people of color, and the poor were often left out. When these groups gained the right to vote, it reshaped who held influence and how governments worked. Expanding voting rights made political systems more inclusive. It meant that different social groups could now influence laws and policies. For example, when women got the right to vote, governments started focusing more on social issues like health care and education. These changes reflected the needs of a broader population. Political parties also changed their strategies. They began appealing to new voters, adjusting their platforms to include issues important to women, minorities, and the working class. This made elections more competitive and policies more representative of society's diversity. Suffrage also affected how governments spend money. When more people could vote, politicians responded by increasing social programs and public services. This shift from elite control to broader participation made governments more accountable and responsive. Social organizations played a big role in these changes. Movements advocating for voting rights mobilized communities, organized protests, and created awareness. These efforts challenged existing power structures and created new channels for influence. However, the fight for suffrage was not smooth. Movements often faced resistance from those wanting to keep power in their hands. Racial and gender inequalities often intersected with voting rights struggles, revealing ongoing social divisions. For example, in the United States, securing voting rights for women and racial minorities involved long battles and social tensions. Today, countries with universal voting rights tend to have more stable and legitimate governments. When most citizens can vote, they feel more connected to the political process. This participation helps ensure leaders are held accountable and policies reflected the people's wishes. In short, granting more people the right to vote has transformed political systems by making them more inclusive, responsive, and representative. It has shifted power from a few to many, shaping the way societies organize themselves and make decisions.